Hi guys, and welcome to another video on my channel. Today I'm just going to do a nice little introductory video for new users to get their head around how they should start building their portfolio, because for me that's one of the hardest things to do. You come on the new platform, you sort of want to engage with it and spend money into it, invest into it and play the game, but you don't know what to buy, you don't know how to go about it, and it's all a little bit overwhelming. So I thought I'd bring some quick tips just to get your head around starting. So I think a really good idea is aiming to get 11 players as early on as possible, preferably in your first week of starting. So if you've signed up using either my referral link or someone else's, you'll have 3 loan players. So then you would only need to get 8 more to start with, as the 3 loans they will last you a month basically, and you'll win rewards off them. But for me, getting to 11 players as quickly as possible is a really good idea. And the way you should break it down, those players, is 1 goalie, 3 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 3 attackers. I'm not against you not going particularly hard on the goalie, because I don't think the goalie is the most exciting player to have. But basically what you're trying to do is, that is the team of the week. So the team of the week is always that formation, the 3-4-3 with a goalie. And it's always prized of 3 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 3 attackers, as I just said. Don't know why I'm repeating myself. But anyway, that's sort of the main reward structure on StocksFC on this game. Same with the team of the month. It's also the same sort of structure. So this was the previous team of the month's wins. And this is the current rankings. Another quick thing to get your head around: green is goalies, yellow is defenders, blue is midfielders, and then red is attackers. So what you want to do basically is you want to get to those 11 players as quickly as possible, so you can start competing for every single team of the week payout. Another thing I would go for, if I was you, is I'd get players that are currently playing, because there's such things as in-play points. Now, the in-play, let's go to the in-play rewards. So this is for last week's. It's all based upon eligibility and the share stuff. Ignore that. So for the first 11 players you get, if you get 11 players or however many players you have, you will get rewards for the first 5 weeks, paid out on the 5 Tuesdays, for goals, assists and key passes. This then equals into a total score. So basically what you want to do is you want to get 11 players that are playing football right now. So even though I'd say like Tonelli's a good buy in terms of long term, he's underpriced, but he's currently banned from football. So even though I think his price will go up in the future, you're better off buying a different player as of right now, instead of getting Tonelli or an injured player, say Reece James or something. I hold a lot of Reece James, but I definitely wouldn't recommend you go and buy him right now, because he's injured until basically the really back end of the season, if at all this season. So get yourself 11 players spread across the positions, pretty much as quickly as possible. The spreads at the moment are relatively tight, so what you want to do is make sure you get players that aren't massively overpriced. A lot of the players' prices have team of the season priced into them. Europe's important, also international fixes is important. So you might think some of these prices are a little bit funky, but a general thing, I think defenders are underpriced. But still, once you're starting out, you basically want to get 11 players, spread it across the positions, then at least you've got a bit of diversity from your start. You're going to get rewards for the first week based on in-plays. So if we go to this week's current stuff, if you were to pick up Solanke, he's in line to get a team of the week. He may hold on to it, he may not, but you're guaranteed 5 in-play points. 5 in-play points. I don't know what it'll work out in the end, but I wonder if we have it for last week's. Did Solanke get any? So Solanke last week got 3 in-play points based on 52% eligible shares. So 52.83% of those shares have been traded in the last 5 weeks and were eligible for a payout. He ended up with a 4p payout per stock. So at the moment, we add about 2 more p onto that, maybe a little bit less if the percentage goes up. So anyway, you'd get yourself 5p reward on Solanke back instantly from just this week. payout. So then obviously you'll have 4 more weeks of in-play points. Danny's going to be planning the international break that's coming up, but then after that, whatever. Anyway, still returns coming straight back. So it's just a really good way to get yourself started on StocksFC. Get yourself 11 players, get your head into the game, understand what's going on, and then from that point you can then build your portfolio out bigger. Whether you decide to, decide to focus more on a very, very wide range of players, or whether you start, maybe you think goldies are underpriced in general, so you start going into them, or defenders, maybe you're like, well, fullbacks have an advantage over centre-backs, and I'm going to pick up fullbacks like Emerson, for example, or like Dan Burn, Castagna, who are fullbacks, who are actually still priced in line with centre-backs, and centre-backs aren't likely to get in-play points, where full-backs sort of are. More likely to get an assist, more likely to get a key pass. A key pass is a pass that results into a shot, so it's basically an assist without a guarantee of a goal. It's just a shot rather than a goal at the end of it. And they don't stack, so you don't get a key pass and an assist when a player gets an assist. But yeah, just to get yourself started on stocks, that's what I'd recommend. If you haven't got an account already, use my link in the description. You'll get yourself 3 loan players, which will help you out. And that means you only have to buy 8 more players till you get to that 11. But yeah, make sure they're fit, make sure they're not suspended, make sure they're not, and they're in the Premier League, for example. So if I was you, I'd avoid Kane to start with, because he's moved out of the Prem, so you're not going to get any points for the Bundesliga action or the cup competitions in Germany. You will still have Champions League though, but there's some other players like to also avoid, like Mitrovic, Saudi League. You're not going to get any rules from him unless he does well in, I think, the Euros. And I would avoid the relegation teams as well a little bit. Just be a little bit careful with them, but the returns will be good if you do risk it. So, but anyway, get yourself sorted, get yourself relatively known players in the 11, different positions, and it'll be a good start to your stocks journey. That's the end of the video, guys. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hopefully it's helpful. And yeah, cheers. Thanks for watching.